Welcome, Lorenzo Beronilla, and he's a chef, author, actor.
Thank you.
And congratulations on your new book. Let's show the book, Home Cooking with Lorenzo. And tell us a little about your book and how you started, creating this book and what was your inspiration.
I'm telling you, it's been a very interesting journey. I'm on a show where I am a chef, a home cook, but they call me a level 2 chef for Epicurious. 4 levels was what it's called. It was a series, it was a pilot 2 years ago, and they just asked for home cooks. And I said, why not? I have some time. I am used to cooking. I'll feel comfortable. I'm an actor. Might as well just go ahead and do an easy gig. What I didn't realize was it was a pilot that they were hoping to go to series because they just needed their presence of Epicurious on the interwebs, YouTube. They liked what they saw. They just asked me to make some chocolate chip cookies, but I think they just liked my personality and they said, come back again. They want you to make something else. So whatever they wanted me to make, they said spaghetti and meatballs, homemade. And the funny enough that all of a sudden, the show went viral. And I didn't understand what that meant. I'm not a YouTuber. I didn't understand that. I watched movies on the internet. I've seen funny things on YouTube, but I didn't understand the concept of personalities on YouTube. It went viral. It went straight to series. It spun off to other series. Now, one of my shows is viewed 45 million times.
Wow.
It averaged the millions, 10 million, 25 million. It just kept, the popularity just kept growing. And with that popularity, I had an interview with Business Insider, and they named me this new food personality, which blew my mind. I didn't understand that at all. I was just a guy who likes to cook. That's how I always say it. And after that, I had people asking me to write a book. I thought it was fake. I didn't know if it was real. I had emails left and right, 4 different publishers. I recognized one, Macmillan, Page Street Publishing is what they're called. They sent me a contract. I read it over and I said, let's give it a shot. I mean, that's really, truly the story.
What kind of food do you prepare?
Well, of course, I love Filipino food. That's Filipino food. Even though I was born in America, I am a true Pinoy foodie. So I just love those flavors. And so to me, I cook what I know. I cook what I like. I cook what I remember. And that's also in the book. I've cooked all these foods and dishes that I just remember growing up on. It's funny because they said, write recipes. I said, recipes? We don't use recipes. We use taste. We know how to do this. So it was quite interesting. I love the creativity of it. I'm very artsy-fartsy. I dig it. So that was very satisfying for me. So it kind of filled my artsy-fartsiness. It actually filled me in my soul. Like, oh, this is great. Because at the time, acting was kind of closed off. It was during COVID. So I literally was able to write this book during COVID. And I wrote it on my phone. Literally, on the entire book on my phone.
Who was your inspiration to become a chef? Any of your parents cook or
My
family
mom
members?
thinks the oven is used to dry socks, I believe. But my dad, no, they can all cook. All my siblings can cook. That's why I know how to cook. I've watched everybody cook in front of me. I was the youngest of a huge family. Cousins, titas, titos. Everybody loved cooking. The apple and the pig outside rolling around with people pouring Coca-Cola on it to baste it. So for me, all I remember is food, kitchen, family. So when I think of cooking, I think of just memories of growing up, all fond memories. And then the smells come, and then, oh, that's how I get the recipe. So I'm inspired by memories of family. And for me, cooking on a daily basis, just for myself, just for fun, I love to cook because it kind of puts the world to right. You know, it ends my day. People like to end the day with a cup of tea. I like to end it by making something nice, and I can chill out. So.
And you were born here in the U.S.?
I was Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
And your parents are from Quezon, you said?
Yes, Manila. Yep. It's so funny. I've always tried to go back. I haven't been back. I've never been there. What am I saying? Everybody says, when are you going back? I said, I actually never. It was always planned, but there was something always, in all my years, something always happened. And I take that as a sign. So now I've been planning as an adult, and I think it's the right time. And plus, I always say, when people ask me, when you visit the Philippines, they think I want to just visit all my family. I want to eat everything in sight. I want to try every fish, every fruit.
Street food too.
Absolutely. Isn't that interesting? That to me excites me. That I'm jazzed. I'm almost like giddy about it. So, and then I'll visit my family.
And why tapas? Why did you say something like you want to go around the world and taste all the tapas?
Right. Well, I have a little bit of a photographic memory, first off. So if somebody cooks something for me, I can actually recreate it without a recipe by just watching them once. So tapas, I love trying different foods. So when I go to any restaurant, I always look at what's the most popular food that you have, what's your specialty items, and why. And that's a good way of just tasting the fruits of the area, I think. Because people want to put their best foot forward. This is my best stuff right here. Try this. You'll keep coming back for it. So that to me I'll learn so much by eating the appetizers, because they're not going to give me something awful. They're going to give me pieces of their heart in these little pieces of food. So that's how I see it.
Who are your idols when it comes to cooking, like Anthony Bourdain?
Goodness, I think he's cool as heck. It's a shame he's not with us, but he definitely was an influence. It's interesting. I have had food shows playing behind the scenes as I'm doing housework or washing the dishes. It was always on. I wasn't necessarily watching it, but I think I just liked it on. And not that I was getting anything osmosisly. I think it just comforted me that food was on. I could just turn and see what they're making. Maybe I like it. Wasn't any particular show. So there were so many different chefs that I adored. I thought, but it was more so because of their personalities than what they were making. So I was always drawn to the quirky guys. So Anthony Bourdain was just cool. I dug him. He just, he played by his own rules. But I also like Jamie Oliver. Now I'm on Top Chef Amateurs. I've watched Top Chef all the seasons. My mentor in Top, who I'm competing with, is Richard Blais. I think he's amazing. Fun. Again, there's a lot of Filipinos on Top Chef. Dale Talde is on Top Chef. I admire all of them. To me, and it's crazy, I admire talent. It doesn't matter. You can be the best piano. I love that. You can be an artist, paint. You can be a singer. You could be the best surgeon. I just see, that's so nice to know you are the best, or you're just so good at it. I'm artistic. I can paint anything. And when I see somebody else painting, I'm like so proud of them because I get it. We're comrades in arms. I know you're so gifted. I hope you use it because I am. And to use your gift, oh my God, crazy, right?
Yeah.
I think it's amazing. I'm so fortunate. I know that I'm blessed for it.
And you didn't study cooking. I mean,
No.
What did you take in college, and how did you end up?
Microbiology, biochemistry, business. I was science. I just followed what other people did. And after college, I actually became a professional tennis player. I was a professional tennis player for like 7 years, and my dad called it bumming around. I get it. It's okay, Dad. But the reason I was born in America is because my parents wanted to have someone born in America so I could be president of the United States.
Oh, wow.
True story.
Oh, wow.
I was president of my class. That's as far as it went. But yeah, no culinary background whatsoever. Again.
What school?
What's that?
What school did you go
I
to?
went University of Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay.
But if I was to, my schooling for cooking is just watching people cook. That's why I love those restaurants where it's an open kitchen. You can just watch everything happen. I just stole your recipe right there. No, I just love it. It is an art. You can tell who's naturally gifted with cooking. Everybody can be a cook. But there are certain people who are innately artsy-fartsy and put their flair to it. And I think I'm a combination of both. I can cook. I can cook whatever you want me to cook. Do I actually know how to do it? Did I learn proper technique? I may have, but I remember it because I watched somebody do it. It's interesting how I refer to what I've seen before. But no training whatsoever.
But at what point in your life did you decide to become a cook?
It was an accident. I was an actor, and I always could cook. So I was an easy gig for me, as if they're asking for a chef role or somebody that can cook. So my very first commercial I was a chef. I think I was the only one that I could look at the camera, cut, and talk at the same time, or read a teleprompter. And I was very comfortable with that, and a lot of people couldn't do that. And so I always kind of, ever since that first gig, I said, oh, I'll just kind of always go toward the culinary with the acting role. And that's what happened. It was just, I always say it's a fluke, but I think it's fate. I never said it was fate before. I always said things happen fluke, but it also happens for a reason. So I think it was just the right time, and it was the first time that I wasn't acting like somebody else, which was interesting. I was just me. And I was like, oh, they like that. So, okay, let's go with it. And I find it so satisfying to not only cook in front of people, being in the kitchen, you're so comfortable. So it's like, and then me, and whatever happens, the ridiculousness that happens in the kitchen as I'm creating is just, I guess it's magic, you know?
Tell me more about your acting.
Yeah,
what kind
sure.
of roles did you play? What movies did you get into?
You know, I have so many IMDb credits. A lot of them was just bit parts. You know, I've been in a few movies, but I'm drawn to indie films. I'm drawn to dramatic roles. I love that. I love getting dark, nitty gritty. I like being ugly. You know, I like getting the emotions out. I love the Jolly Bee that I did. It was 4 days of me, and the director telling me to just let it all out. I enjoyed every minute of having to cry all day. It was just so exciting and so freeing, and I was just, that's me playing. That's my playground right there. So commercials are a different story. I mean, I do 1,000,001 commercials. I do a lot of commercials. I really, really do. That's really my bread and butter. But my heart, if you really were to ask me, I like film. I like indie films. You know, don't give me something where I'm smiling all the time. Let me be the bad guy.
So you're more character actor.
Yes, absolutely. I like to dig deep. I like to get into the psyche. I really dig that. Because, you know, commercial, you're just smiling and it's all what you look like. I never look at myself. I go in with a hat, makeup artist does her thing, and I just do the commercial. It's great, it's fun, it makes, you know, you have a career, but for me, I'm always looking for that role, that juicy, just dirty, nitty gritty role, so I can just really sink my teeth in and just show. I like the roller coaster of emotions that you go through in a movie. I love it all. I really, every bit of it. It's just so fun for me.
So who's your idol among the actors, dramatic actors?
Wow, that is a really tough question. My idol for dramatic, you know, Sean Penn for me is amazing. And that's a different person though. That's a different part of what I like about an actor. It's intensity, but so gifted. You know, just to throw a name everybody knows is Leonardo. It's not his fault he got popular, but he is so gifted. Oh my God, when he was younger and I saw him, how he was able to go there, that's talent. Goodness gracious, when I saw the movie Impossible, do you know that movie, Impossible? It's about the tsunami, right? The little boy who is Spider-Man, correct? Gosh, I just went blank.
Tobey Maguire?
No. Who is the current Spider-Man?
Oh, Tom.
Yes. Goodness gracious, please.
Not Tom Hiddleston. Not
No.
other one. Tom.
Right, I know. We'll get there. But when I saw The Impossible, I just bawled my eyes out. And I remember going, that kid and all the children, the three boys were so talented. It was amazing. And that movie was my training, because I can watch that movie, cry, and then I practice pulling back, like taking the cry in, let the cry out, let the cry in. So if there was any time in my early years, I've been doing this for 7 years, that I needed to get there, there could be some wonderful things happening in my life, and I'm like, oh gosh, I have to really get there. I remembered that, and I practiced for a little bit. Now, you give me one line, I can cry in seconds, and I can actually control which eye it comes out of.
So what's up for you after the book? What's next?
Well, what happens? Well, airing on Thursday, Top Chef Amateurs. We'll see what happens with my life with Bravo TV. We'll see what happens there. I'm still going to be filming with Epicurious. I'm on a commercial again this week, but I say we, me, myself, and we're going to see where this takes me. This food personality wise, I kind of had to accept that's what the people see now, and they're enjoying it, and it's silly for me to neglect myself from it or take it while it's hot. So I'm gonna be riding this way for a while, but for me, acting wise, I'm looking for the next role. I'm always looking for the next role where I can just get my teeth into and kind of just show them what I can really, really do. I don't have to smile all day to make it.
And the first thing you'll do when you go to the Philippines?
Eat everything in sight. I'm telling you.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you
Thank you
so
for
much.
the interview.
I appreciate it. It was wonderful.
Thank you.